Hey guys, welcome to my new favorite caravan. This guy behind me is the Musketeer Empress X-Terrain. That means it's been elevated with a strength upgrade bundle from the team at Crusader and an X-Terrain upgrade bundle, giving you all the electrical, off-road, build equipment, and off-road equipment you're gonna need to be able to tackle the harsh environment that is lovely Australia. This guy behind me tears at 2988. And if you want to elevate the ATM from the current plated 3,500 kilos, so currently 512 kilo payload, if you want to elevate that to a 37 or 4,000 kilo unit, super easy to do. All the provisional work's there and already quoted in the price. All you have to do is jump inside, make it yours, and with a 3,500 kilo ATM or a 4,000 kilo ATM, you got 500 or 1,000. World's your oyster. Check this thing out, you're gonna love it. So it's nice and cold down here in Melbourne. It's certainly turning it up. We've got the beanie on, and you know what complements the cold weather? Well, that's a fully insulated Fibreglass XPS Musketeer Empress X-Terrain. How many nouns in a sentence? Who'd know? Can't count. Never went to school. Or did I? Pff, mystery. This is the Musketeer X-Terrain. This guy here features some wicked equipment. You guys have had a quick sneak peek on the outside, but the inside is absolutely gorgeous as well. We've got a full panoramic view. We've got windows everywhere, so even with an electric awning fitted to the side of this, we've still been able to achieve an awesome view on the outside. We've moved the van undercover just to really give an awesome look and light to the van itself, to give it an actual idea as to what it looks like in its natural environment. We have full LED strip lighting that features as a standard option on all the Musketeer Empresses, panoramic European double glazed Dometic windows. We've got midgie-proof and then block-out. All of the reading lights have USBs and USB-Cs as of recent, fitted as a standard. This has a chrome or brushed nickel pack in it. Double power points, of course, recessed into the overhead cupboards because it is a fully insulated composite van, which means we don't want to be drilling through your wall to be able to give you a power point. We make and track all of the wiring inside the van, which means for future upgrades, you're future-proof, which is fantastic. Crusader do one thing that I think a lot of manufacturers dream of doing, or have that desire, is to give you a van that's fully composite, fully insulated, fully XPS Australian composite, and it doesn't look like it's fully fiberglass composite. A lot of these guys have this wicked, weird looking, odd conduit running all through the vans, or the step the lounge massively off the wall to be able to make a conduited area to be able to hide that wiring. Absurd. Haven't had any thought about how they're going to do it, and they're just gone, oh, stick and tin, aluminium, let's just have a crack. Very different way in the caravan industry at the moment for 2025 to be able to give you a van that's composite and actually is composite. Full one piece. Crusader have a one piece roof. When we say roof, that's front, roof, back. From the bottom to the top, monocoque-like in construction. We have two sidewalls like that, and then we have our floor. 40 on the roof, 40 on the floor, 30 on the walls. The best, and it's nice and warm, irrespective of the cold weather. And that's what you guys want, that's what you deserve. But you want it a bit warmer? We've heard all about it. In this X-Terrain, we've gone ahead and fitted a combination of gas and diesel into the outfit. This is fitted with one of my favorite products for 2024-2025, the Eberspacher diesel heater hot water service. Not because there's 15 nouns in the sentence, but because the Eberspacher diesel heater hot water service is a hot water service that uses coolant or thermocol or whatever you want to call it, and it heats up the coolant in the pipes and then runs the water sort of parallel around, next to, over those coolant pipes that are already hot, and then disperses the hot water that's now hot due to a heat transfer through the van, and then blows hot air over the top of those pipes, water transfer, whatever it is, beyond me, into the van, and gets everything steaming hot. awesome, awesome power conservation and awesome attribute to be able to make sure that you're going to be out free camping for a very long time. It literally runs on the smell of an oily rag. It doesn't use any fuel at all. The thing is super conservative and super warm, which for me, cold-blooded, really, really good. Let me show you some more lovely features about this. At the lounge, we have a Nuva Mapper table. It goes right, it goes left, it goes around like that. And then also drops to make a bed. Needs to be able to add the cushion to it, but that makes all the difference. Push the little hanging, boom, straight down, and really wicked table setup. We have a footrest on the end, like so, like so. That clicks up, click it into place, click it back down when you're done. The lounge has access underneath all of the club lounge arrangements, so that gets you near your tunnel boot, right? We also offer some fantastic arrangements where we can get little access doors. We've had people cut little spots underneath the footrest in order to be able to get access for those thongs or sandals or whatever, you want to throw at the kids, whatever you're up to. We have strip lighting all underneath to be able to really lift that. It's a dimmable strip light, so if we hold down the button, ooh, the vibe. Or we just turn it off, or we turn it back on. And it will then go back to its previous setting. Really wicked system. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 overhead cupboards in the whole sort of central back area of the van. A lot of people always, I think it's a little bit of jealousy, but they'll go, oh, who needs all those cupboards? Well, no one, Sally or John, or whoever is whinging about them. But it's awesome to be able to have options. There's that one room in your house where you just put all that stuff, but there's that one time you go into that room and you're like, God, I need that, whatever it is. This fixes that. So, all right, cool. It's cold. We're going to keep our winter jackets packed up in here in a cryovac, Ziploc bag, whatever it is. It gives you options. It just means you don't have to just jam everything into one drawer assembly. We have reinforced gas struts, we have 2 hinges, and we have underbody strikers like so. All of the furniture in the van is a 16 mil, 19 mil, 12 mil, 6 mil marine ply across here, right? And again, we hide things beautifully in our van. We hide all the wiring with full access 240 12 volt, the whole kit and caboodle. Preparation area, one of the faves. We have a front load washing machine in this little area from Kamek. It's a 4 kilo. Love that. It goes in and we go kunk like so. We have our access flaps like so, all underneath to the back area. We have our drawers that are so soft, closing hinges and drawers. 1, 2, metal sided, polycomp, ply at the front. Where's that going to go? Once it goes back, it goes in, right? Where is it gonna go? Super strong, love it. One of my favorite things of the 2025, and then one more little drawer at the top here as well. Perfect for a little portable induction cooktop, or you want to make a combo, or whatever it is. We have so many options with these, it's fantastic. Massive prep area, we've gone for the concrete look bench tops. Arronte, I believe. 1, 2, love that. 3-click strut systems on the windows. We have, again, dimmable strip lighting switches, double power points. We have a 24-inch TV, smart, majestic TV assembly. 12 cigarette socket, aerial cables, of course. That's our diesel heater controller up there. That there, you turn it on and it fires the fan. It makes the fan turn on and off on the system. Hydro plate heater, like so. That there is just to make the hot water service hot. Air conditioner controller, it just turns it on, so your inverter's on. Camera switch, 2 banks of fuse holders. So that we have on the roof 4 220-watt solar panels. It's a heap of power. Fitted off with a Victron C system on this particular unit. So that just encumbers a heap of solar, 50 amp DC to DC charger, large solar control lures, depending on how many panels, 3,000 watt auto switching Victron smart inverter, and that switches over for mains power, and then we'll switch for inverter power if you happen to be off grid. Fridge. That is a 224 litre fridge. Freezer, delicious. Love the Thetford product. It's super simple. Oh, what have I done here? Oh, silly me. Super simple. You literally turn it on. You can change the fridge. You can change the freezer temperature. You don't have to be all in at 5 and 1 and 4 on the other. You can pick and choose, which is fantastic. 24-inch smart TV, all of our solar fuses. We have our remote for our air conditioner and our sphere lighting module as well. We have in our kitchen, which is where all the fun happens, cutlery drawer at the top, and then all drawers, little drawer. No one gives you a drawer, everyone gives you a flap. Nothing wrong with a flap, but if I had to pick between a flap and a drawer, I know which one I'd want to kiss. Now we have another little drawer right here. And then we have a wireless backup camera. We have our Bluetooth speaker and radio system, little shower head bag, and underneath our hybrid cooker, right, we have a convection microwave. So there's a 34-litre Yunior Appliances convection microwave oven. So it has fan force settings, grill settings, oven settings. It cooks like an air fryer. It's not an air fryer. Can't use that word. But ChatGPT, how's this cook like an air fryer? That thing pumps out some awesome recipe recommendations. These things are bulletproof. They're absolutely awesome. And if we had the time in this video to show you how the factory actually installed them, you'd be blown away. This thing, not moving. This, it's clamped in, screwed in, hour and a half just to fit the thing. Wicked units. Hybrid cooker from the team at Thetford. We have an induction cooktop, 2 gas burner. Gasless options, of course, but we're finding a lot of people gravitating towards that hybrid cooking arrangement where you've got power, you've got a little bit of gas, a lot of diesel. Beautiful. Heap of solar, awesome. And most importantly, somewhat good looking salesperson. We have storage little access like so for all our plugs, a little storage access. So you want to be able to pop, your peppers and your sauces, or, if you're one of those odd people that keeps the tomato sauce in the cupboard, no judgment, but you're going to love that. Fire extinguisher down the bottom, of course. We have separate living areas. So in this van, there's 2 fire extinguishers because Crusader Caravans is the most compliant manufacturer around. So we go over the top of compliance. We want to make sure that you guys are fully insured, fully compliant, fully safe. So it states in the compliance, we need to offer in separate dwelling areas, separate fire extinguishers. 1 and 2. Super safe, super smart, super simple, super insurable, of course. I'll tell you more about these switches when we get outside, but Thetford fridge, single sink, heaps of bench space, delicious. So, again, block out. We have midgies and we have our range hood to light the area up, or 3 different fan speeds once this guy turns on, after I turn him on. 3 fan speeds, like so. That's ducted outside. Check out the cupboard space. No one's got any arguments. A heap of storage space, heap of storage room. Everything's really consistent. Above our lovely camera lady's head, we have an FJ7 Pro. That is an inverted air conditioner that uses far less power to be able to actually power the system, use the system on an inverter setting. So that means if you wanted to be able to use the Caravan in a free camp scenario, and you wanted to be able to actually achieve cooling the Caravan down, that's going to do it. You got 600 amps of lithium. Yes, you heard that right. 600 amps of lithium on board, and your solar's feeding in as well. Fully manageable by the Victron system on your little phone here, or above the door, which we'll get to as we move into the lovely little area that is our central ensuite. So the fantastic thing about separating vans is if you're sort of just sick of talking to one another, you can just get out of it, right? You just pull real hard, like that. Are these still there? And it gives you that separate living environment. My dad will fall asleep 7 o'clock on the couch. My mum wants to be able to stay up, watch TV, whatever it may be. It gives you that complete separation. So in terms of being able to have a van that you live in, or just live in for a very short period of time, 4 months, 3 months, whatever it works, this is that van that's going to give you that separation, that different level of camping, if you will. Heap of extras on this one, so just make sure if we follow through, you grab him. We've got an OGO toilet, the churn device 3000, as I like to coin it. This guy here is a composting toilet. So it separates solid from liquid, and you put like that, right? It's got all of our bits and pieces. Obviously, this is all together when you pick him up, but we've got our little composting brick like so. We're only through some tips and tricks. We've got our spray, and we have our liquid containment at the front there, and it's a powered composting toilet. So every interval of whatever it may be, it runs a cycle and mixes itself and runs a fan over it to dry out that compost and sort of all the microbiomes, if you will, which I'm probably making a complete incorrect statement here, but in my head, I have little germs and they go in and they eat everything and suck all the nutrition out of it. And then we have compost. That's about it. Better than worms like the good old days, you know what I'm saying? So, we have our big sink, silver tapware, beautiful shaving cabinet with mirrors on the front. We've got double power put in there, multiple supply. We've got little lips on there to be able to make sure nothing pops out. Here's hers, whatever you're up to. We have our cupboard, like so. And hard to hold everything and grab it at the same time. We've got our opening in there to be able to have a bit of pieces. Have a look at the fantastic finish of that thing. Like, it's just little things. Like, it's in a cupboard, but the guys pay attention to it. That thing's not letting any dust, anything in. They're so mindful about those bits and pieces of the manufacturing facility. Crusader build approximately 50 vans a week. One of the largest caravan manufacturers in Australia. Family owned and operated. You cannot go past it. Little drawer to be able to pop bits and bobs in. It is absolutely out of this world. On the roof, we have a sucky innie sucky outy fan. Me personally, I don't mind a sucky innie sucky outy fan. It's really up to you what you're up to. That just falls out like that, and he just rolls down. Completely normal, the fans and the way this operates. But it'll take air out, it'll put air in, it's completely up to you. The van being fiberglass, it makes only sense, and of course one-piece fiberglass, is to make sure that the shower is one-piece fiberglass as well. So we go ahead and protect the shower floor, we protect how it travels. This is a one-piece blown fiberglass cubicle. It means that it's literally one piece from just into there. It's tucked away in fiberglass. And we, over here, but my hand's going behind the camera, behind the door. And that just means that in terms of keeping water out of the van, we want to be able to keep it out of the van even from the shower. So they're blown here in Melbourne, but a lot of manufacturers use 3mm composite paneling, like aluminium, to just like sheet the inside. You have a join there, join there, join there. It's rough as horrific. You want to be able to make sure it's a one-piece unit, because like where's the water going to go? We've got a joint at the top and a sinkhole just there, maybe like 2 joints on the shower screen. Perfect. The door's fully glass. We paid attention to things, none of this dicky perspex. We pay extra to be able to get things like this. What manufacturers put in glass shower doors into their van? We are reliant, and we know that this is going to be able to last for those customers going through. But perspex and some of the other models that I've seen are just, we get them as trades, they just don't hold on like these. So shower heads, we get people with all different shapes and sizes. That's right up to the roof line, keeping in mind it's all bound up, but you can go right to the roof and then point down. By the time it hit me, it'd be cold, but you know, for the other people, you're gonna love it. The height not impaired, if you will. Ooh, see, I can make beds too. In our bedroom, we have another 24-inch smart TV. We have one just on this wall here. Fantastic. We've also gone for the double windows. So the double windows allow for that extra light at the bottom, block out the bottom, have the top open. It just means ventilation at the top, safety at night at the bottom. We have fans either side of the bed. We have 12-volt lights with our USB and USB-C. We have multiple supply power points as well as USB and USB-C in there. Pigeonholes, and we have our drawers like so, full depth. Again, nothing changes, all soft close. We have our robes, and again, everything's accessible. So if you have to get to that wiring at the front section of the van to be able to run an extra so-and-so that's come out on the latest iPhone, you can. It's future-proof, it's fantastic. Overhead cupboards all the way back, well and beautiful trim. One thing that's super annoying for me as a user of Crusader Caravans is if I want to be able to run something, or I need to be able to just like hook something up, they seal everything. Like Crusader seal everything. The finish is absolutely imperative. If I take the camera off our lovely lady here, you'll see what I mean. So have a look at the extra detail. This cupboard here is a cupboard that is literally gonna have clothes in it. Everything is sealed. Look at that. Like the amount of extra love and attention that goes into the things that you literally cannot even see unless someone's pointing them out to you and saying, hey, before you buy Caravan A, B, C, D, why don't you have a look at this? Look at the finish on it. There is not a manufacturer around that offers you that level of finish. There is our light switches. So people always ask us, like, where's the light switches? If we just hit that there, it's a wireless little switch mechanism. And it just means that it's super easy to be able to customize your van for you. Underneath the bed, I know you're really keen on seeing it. Wow, super easy to lift, one finger because it's castrated reinforced. Wow. We have our TV boxes, which we'll nick off for the purpose of the explanation. Fitted on board is two 300 amp batteries, lithium batteries. They are 600 amps of lithium, so super, super important for free camping. That's wicked. Backed up by a 3000 watt auto switching 120 amp charger from the team at Victron, as well as that's going to, when you plug into a Caravan Pi, that's going to smash power into the batteries at 120 amps. We've got two 50 amp Victron solar controllers, 100 amps worth of solar charging. We've got all of our MIDI fuses. We've got a servo display communication device up here to be able to communicate to the little tablet, 50 amp DC to DC charger. We have non-essential fuses and essential fuses, and most importantly, you hook this thing up to Wi-Fi in a remote area and you need us. We're there. We can log straight into the system via the IP code that you're going to provide us. So we only do it if you're, your relinquishment of that code, and we can jump in. We can help. We can see what's going on. Who offers that? We're the only dealership in Australia, maybe. I'd be very surprised if there's one else out. And if you're watching this, mate, give me a call. I want to have a chat. That has a help desk that's a fully trained AI service. Hard to argue with Mr. Colin. He knows everything about this product. You pick up the phone, Mr. Colin, my TV is not tuning. And if you're a Melbourne customer, Mr. Colin jumps into action and starts absolutely smashing out the troubleshooting. Not another caravan manufacturer around, dealer, service center, that has that ability to be able to offer that backup service. Hard to argue with. Let's keep going. Let's shut this bed. The bed is 6'2" by 5 foot. We've left it to a basic, can be upgraded scup event on the roof for dust pressurization. For us, to be completely honest with you, you've seen the seals on these things. We don't have dust ingress on caravans. There's very little to no venting in this thing. And most dust devices always suggest that you block the larger vents. There's no vents on the fridge, it's like door vent. Put a little block in there, get a little cover made. It's fantastic. Not much effort at all. As far as creature comforts goes, very hard to argue with this particular van. The Musketeer Empress is probably the absolute winner of 2025's vans. But we've elevated it. This thing kicks. Have a look at this. This is a Victron 7-inch display. We've got our inverter controller like so. We've got our water tanks there. We've got two 110 litre fresh drinking tanks and 110 litre grey. We also have a pump switch. Have a look at that thing. Right now we're using 133 watts worth of power. We have an AC standby load limiter of 16 watts. Panel voltage charge, we're undercover, so we're getting nada. And you can see here, we're losing 11.8 amps and we're at 91%. Gives you full displays, and you can go into this thing and hit menu, and you can go to all these different areas, including to the solar. And I can see for the last 24 overall history, for the last inception of its life, how's it all gone? And you can put in like maximum voltage, just put in 29.3. There's not a system available that I've seen that's able to just do this in the most intuitive and most easy way possible. We've got crimp safe like mesh on the door, that reinforced mesh with our blocked out line. This van slaps. It is very hard to find a van that is going to weigh this weight, offer you the payload, and give you the out-of-the-world, fully Australian-made construction that is XPS insulated fiberglass. And people often ask, they're like, yeah, but the salesman said it was composite. Yeah, cool. Come right here. All right. Now, you tell him, I want to see inside the walls. That is an XPS structural foam construction, bonded to fiberglass on the inside, bonded inside, and then on the outside, we have fiberglass outer. Before you buy a caravan and you think it's fully composite and you're comparing apples for apples, I want to see inside the van. I want to see what's on the walls. I want to see what's on the roof. I want to see what's on the floor. I'm about to spend $150,000 on this caravan, 100K, 10,000, 20,000, secondhand, brand new. See what's in the walls, compare apples for apples, double check that what you're talking about with Crusader, you're talking about with others. Because in 5 years, can't count 5 years, it's going to be so difficult to find a caravan manufacturer that's not building a composite. And if you're trying to sell a second-hand van that isn't composite, a very hard discussion. Think about resale, think about the future, think about the Musketeer X-Terrain. It is a beautiful van, and you're going to love it. If you think the inside's great, we're going to jump outside. You're going to get G'd on that. It is wicked. So welcome to the outside of the Musketeer X-Terrain Empress. We've spec'd this guy up. We've added a few bits and bells and treats and whistles and all of that fun stuff. We think convenience for this sort of van, for this market, for this buyer, looking for that next level XPS fiberglass Crusader award-winning manufacturing style. You guys want to be nice and easy, convenient. We love it. We love you. We think you're going to love this. Check this thing out. So this here is a electric carefree awning. What's easier than rocking up to a caravan park, beer in hand, wine in hand, whatever you're after, Chardonnay, I'm not going to judge, Coke Zero probably for myself, clicking a button, having it roll out like a beautiful gentleman that he is, and it happens to be dusk, of course, and you want to be able to actually enjoy the nightlife. We've got 2 lights underneath the awning, but a little bit more would be absolutely fantastic. So the guys at Carefree have opted to install a little strip light. So the strip light on this guy just here can be set to really whatever you're after. This is our little strip light. We've got our little switch like so. That, my friends, is fantastic. The electric awning fitted to the Musketeer Empress has a wind deflection system. So if it detects wind, automatically it's going to retract. You can control it off your phone, but there's also a manual switch inside. Just one of the features that I think absolutely takes this van, this stock van, to the next level. Super easy. We turn him off so we don't bump him. Love it. We have an electric step because why not? You've paid all this money, you deserve convenience. Electric step, 2-tier. As I said, we've got crim safe-ish mesh on the doors just like so, as well as a Kamek reinforced fly screen. We have blockable vents where there are vents for our convection cooking microwave. We have 16-inch 265 wheels and tyres fitted to an Australian-made Tico Tough Ride 12-inch brake independent suspension, rated at and ready for, if you'd like, 3,500 kilo ATM or 4,000 kilo ATM. This guy also has, and he's fitted, ready to go with airbag provisional system. So if you guys want to go ahead and add a 4-stage airbag system to this van, not included in it at the moment, but hey, if you negotiate well enough, who knows? This guy here is ready to go with 4-stage airbag system or 3-stage. Hey, it's completely up to you. It's your caravan. All you have to do is call us and tell us you want to buy it. TV on the outside, double power point. We have our aerial socket and our 12-volt socket on the outside as well. We have our drop-down picnic table. Oh, what a absolutely gorgeous caravan. We have a full-side X-Terrain MY25 decal. This thing's absolutely hot to trot, and I honestly think it gives the cross-country a run for its money. It's a full-height side decal that's going to give you a massive amount of head-turning capacity. This thing looks absolutely stunning, gorgeous, you name it. You've heard it all before. We've got a mud flap underneath the van, just like so, that protects all of that or that 2B airbag system. We've got our full-through tunnel boot all the way through. We have our brace, our leg winder, and our jack to jack the van up with, and we have our gas cock bayonet like so. We have our outside gas cooking. A lot of people obviously still want to take a barbecue because it's an effective and efficient means of cooking. We have toolbox, gas bottle box. So, jerry can, slide for our outside cooking for our barbecue. If we take a look at that electrical one, I can't tell you how much I love the thing. How easy and effective is that? Thing comes off, and for shorties like me, even for tallies really, it's super easy to be able to navigate through, and I think it really elevates that outside camping to another level. We have LPG gas bottle storage, like so. We got 2 gas bottles, 2.9 kilos. You want to just take one, you want to take a 4.5, hey, it's your van, you do whatever you like. This is ready for a wood box or other accessories you can pop on it. We have a front winding jockey wheel. We have 4-ton chains. We have, of course, because the compliance is there ready to go, 12-pin plug, Anderson plug, DO35 coupling. If we're going for that 4,000 kilo ATM, we would upgrade that to a DO45. All levels, of course, if you've got him in the back pocket. Fitted on top of an absolutely weapon of an A-frame. So it is a 6-inch 5mm chassis and A-frame all the way back to the wheels. This guy here is a 450 MPa grade of steel, which means that it's the highest level that we can offer within our build spec. This is a Intel chassis made right around the corner here in Epping, partnership with Crusader Caravans. This A-frame starts right underneath the coupling and runs all the way back to the wheels. There it meets a 2-inch lift kit that runs all the way back to the wheels. at the rear end of it, and then we also have a chassis that it meets on the A-frame. So it's like, at one point or another, the thing's like a 14-inch substructure. It's not moving. Things not going anywhere. All Australian-made, engineered, right around the corner, putting all solid hardware componentry, like the Elco hardware, the handbrakes, the DO35s, that stuff we do not skimp on. If others are, I think the foundation is the absolute key to success with all caravan brands. That's why things like the roof, the walls, the floor, the chassis, we could build cheaper versions. Why? You don't deserve that. You deserve better than that. You want to buy cheap, there's plenty of people out there. But if you want to buy quality with substance, with something that's going to be able to give you backing and footing for that longevity, the money you've actually spent on the thing, Crusader Caravans, look no further. Jerry can on this side as well as storage generator spot just like so. Drop down legs, all four corners, of course. We have power in like so, kukunk, as well as all of our breakers with all battery and compliance measures. Everything ticks all boxes. As I said, one of the most compliant manufacturers to market. Full through tunnel all the way through, nearly 900 wide. No one gives you that. Ripper van, ripper storage. Two 300 amp lithium batteries, fully enclosed. No one's, to be able to get into these, you have to undo numerous bolts, you got to take everything off, you got to undo it. You won't even get the battery clamp off. The guys tighten the living heck out of it. You're not moving unless you need to. No one's doing this in a quick flash to nick your batteries. Safe as houses. All of the piping, the flooring, the everything is so neat and tidy under this van. There is not a person that walks under a Crusader, looks under a Crusader, I should say, and has anything negative to say about it. It is absolutely finesse. All the holes are so minimal, everything's sealed. That's why we don't, as far as dust systems and stuff, on the MY25 stuff, the MY24, it's just not a thing that people really need to worry about, at least in my opinion. We have grey water tank on the outside with expulsion, so you can clean him. So we've got bypass valves on all the grey tank. You plug a hose in here, you can push water through the tank and give it a clean. Mud flaps all the way through, of course, and we have our switch gates on our pumps, like so. You can pick and choose from what tank you want to drink from. We plug our mains pressure into here, and then we can use the mains pressure. Alternatively, we have our water fillers, 1 and 2, straight into the van. That's our 2-inch lift kit I was talking about earlier, as well as our 6-inch A-frame. All of the furniture, the walls, the floor, we have these patented screws we use to actually apply the floor to the walls and the walls to the roof. But all the furniture, people always ask us, well, how do you stick it together? Well, we have an absolutely awesome patented screw that we use for the foam, and then for the actual furniture assemblies and whatnot, we use a peel pop rivet that expands to something like 4 times overall size with the strength of 7 times that of a screw that we're previously using in our testing. Save as houses, fully insulated, love it, you're gonna love it too. Underneath our little lounge, we have pull-through storage, like so. In here's our diesel hot water service heater with all of the little bits and bobs is kept to the one side. It's nice and sunny, it's coming out now. Diesel tank on the back, our rear lights, rear view camera, rear window, Nava lights, spare wheel at the back, and a well over-engineered, reinforced 4-arm bumper bar on the back to be able to hang all your bits and pieces off of if you need to, extra spares or whatever it may be, an angry husband, angry wife, whatever it takes to be able to get to the next location nice and safe. And of course, our full-through tunnel boot on the offside as well. I know you want to take one more look inside. So, if you are looking for a fully off-road 22.5 caravan that ticks all the off-road boxes, that's going to do all the off-road work, that's fitted with some of the best off-road gear, curated by salespeople, curated by dealer principals, curated by the family that know what they're doing, to be able to make sure the option of the right van that's going to do the right thing by you, that we are to pick up the phone, smiling on the other end, with AI tech backed up for that service, give us a call on 93592938, 03 the area code if you happen to be traveling. Send us an email, hello@crusadermelbourne.com, no AU, just .com. Head to the website, we have heaps of other vans ready to go at www.crusadercaravansmelbourne.com.au. Alternatively, like and subscribe for the next video. I hope you've had a laugh, I hope you've learned something, and I hope we've piqued your interest enough to pick up the phone and ask for the Crusader Melbourne team. We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you in the next one. Au revoir.
Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to check out more from Crusader Caravans Melbourne. We have plenty of tutorial videos, product highlights, and walkthrough videos for your next new Crusader Caravan. Thanks so much. Hit subscribe, push the notification bell so you stay up to date with all of our latest content. Thanks so much and happy caravanning.